versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin. I will fight with honor.
Hello everyone, VG Sav here, and today I have episode 2 of my brand new series HearthNoob, where I play Hearthstone and I show you some highlights and some lowlights, talk about the game a little bit, talk about, strategies and, mistakes that I made, how I could have done things better, and so forth and so on. Just to get a few things cleared out of the way, this was actually a 14-something minute video, which I shaved down to about 12 minutes. So you will notice some areas where, I cut out basically idle time. So you'll see like the heroes say, what to do. And that's because, really quickly after the turn change, and that shouldn't happen. That's because I cut out some idle time where basically nothing happens. So you're not missing anything. Except just some really just boring idle time. I'm trying to keep these videos under 10 minutes. Unfortunately, this one went a little over. Just the guy I was playing with was slow and probably should have beaten me 2 or 3 times. But he made some pretty big mistakes. I made a pretty big mistake myself, and we'll go through that when it gets here. Basically what I'm going to try to do, especially on these longer videos, because it's kind of hard for me to just talk about the game. I mean, it's a card game. You guys, if you're watching this, you know how to play it at least to some degree. So I'm going to try to kind of commentate it a little bit and explain certain strategies, what I'm thinking, and what I could have done better, and so forth and so on. And one more note before we get started on that: the Nax Ramus, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, expansion that came out today. I do not have it yet. I hope to have it today or tomorrow, and I will, go over that a little bit and maybe do a video on it in the next couple days, and we'll talk about that a little bit. Here was his big first mistake. He did it half right, but I think he did it so early in the game. Use the Unleash the Hounds. It's so useless to use the Unleash the Hounds on, what's that, turn 5 or 6. I don't have any of my big hitter cards out yet. I only had 2 minions out, and for him, I was, my strategy with a hunter is to probably keep my minion count below 3 if he hasn't used at least one of the Unleash the Hound yet. So, and then on this, after he kills off his scavenge or his Unleash the Hound, dogs the previous turn, the next turn he uses his hyena, his scavenging hyena, which is borderline stupid. Like that card is like peanut butter and jelly when it comes to Unleash the Hounds, because all those Unleash the Hound dogs have one attack, 1 defense, so they're going to die when you use them on a minion, and the point of them is to use them on minions and let them die. When they die, the scavenging hyena gets 2/1 for every beast death, and those Unleash the Hound dogs are considered beasts. So every time they die, your scavenging hyena gets 2 attack, 1 defense. So you could basically make, if you wait till turn 7 and use that combination, or even turn 6 and use the 2 of them together, you could have this gigantic beast of a hyena. Especially if the other player has 4 or 5 minions on the board. If the other player has 4 minions on the board, well, now your scavenging hyena is going to get 8 attack and 2 defense on top of, I think he starts with 2/2 or 3/3. So I mean, you're going to have 10-11 attack with 6-7 health. I mean, there's almost no card at that point in the game that's going to be able to compete with that. Maybe a combination of 2 cards. Especially, but you probably don't have that many cards out at that point if you're using Unleash the Hounds anyway, because you can only have 7 cards out. Unleash the Hounds is going to take up, however many cards. So, I don't know. To me, the strategy was off. He did use it with the Vulture, which is another strategy, so you get more cards in your deck. But to use it that early with that card, it just doesn't make any sense to me. I only had 2 minions on the board, so you only got 2 cards out of it. And obviously, the very first thing I was going to do was kill that Vulture, which is something I should have done later in the game, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Here's one of my legendary cards, my Black Knight or Dark Knight. Is it Dark Knight or Black Knight? I don't remember. I'm sorry. It was my first ever, no, my second legendary card. My first legendary card. What the heck is the guy's name? What is his name? Nagel. I know I'm going to say it wrong. I think it's like Pal Nagel or something like that. Basically, he's a fisherman or something. And I think he's a 1 or 2 mana card with 0 attack and 4 defense. And his ability is you get 50% chance at the beginning of your turn of drawing an additional card. I basically read just about everywhere that this card is borderline useless. So I don't use it. I mean, if you guys think I should use it, let me know. I'm considering just taking it and using it for crafting because I could use the dust, to be honest with you, and build some more cards that I need for my Paladin deck here. And let me give you a little bit more background on this Paladin deck. I'm using this Paladin deck today because shortly after that last video, I got a pretty good card pack, which had a Tyrian Fordring in it. So I basically decided I am going to go Paladin from here on out. Not here on out, but for now. And try to build a deck around this Tyrian Fordring card. So this is what I basically came up with to start. I'm missing some pretty key cards to really make this deck really, really formidable. But I think I can manage. Like I said, I used the Black Knight there. I think he's a good addition to it. Like I said, though, I am missing a couple cards. I can't think of the names of them off my top of my head, but some of the Paladin only cards that I should have within this deck I don't have. I don't remember what it's called, but it's one of them that turns all the minions attack on the other team to 1. That's a pretty useful card for the Paladin that I just don't have yet. So I need to basically either get really lucky on a card pack or craft it. So that's why I'm thinking about getting rid of that Peggle. Peggle? Nat Peggle, maybe? I can't remember the name of it. It's gonna. I'll write it. I'll put it in the description after I'm done recording this and when I upload the video, so you guys know what the heck I'm talking about. So anyway, here comes my big mistake. Coming up on this next turn here, as you see, he brought out that Starving Vulture, and that card should have a bullseye on it at this point in the game, because he's got 1 card in his hand. And I have 4 cards in my hand with 2 minions showing. He's got 5 minions showing. So we're almost even at this point. So that Vulture really should be my target, so he doesn't get an advantage on me by bringing out a bunch of beast cards. But I'm thinking he's got 1 card. What are the chances that it should be? What are the chances are to be pretty good? But for some reason I wasn't thinking like that, and I took out the Croclisk or Crowlisk or whatever it's called. Why? I have no idea why I did that. No idea why I did that. So guess what? His very first card is on his turn. It's a beast. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah, it's the Direwolf. He's about to show it. There it is, the Direwolf. So he gets a card draw. And guess what his next card is? A beast. So he gets another card. So now the advantage that I built at the end of my turn is gone. Is completely gone. And he gets a lucky draw with that card. Takes out my Divine Shield Taunt minion. And now he's got 5 minions, 6 minions. 2 of which with Taunt. Still has the Starving Vulture, and I have 1 minion and 2 cards in the hand. So advantage is now solely on his side. And for some reason, and this is he kind of makes a little mistake here. He should have taken out my other minion, and really just crushed my dreams right here. But he didn't. So I was fortunate that. I got a little more fortunate on my next turn. As you see, I believe I have it in my hand. I don't remember the name of this card either, but it's an epic card that I carry. Which basically, and then I got fortunate with that draw because this person's going to have Divine Shield. Basically, what this epic card here does is it erases Divine Shields and gives him for every Divine Shield that's erased 3 attack, 3 defense. So I basically for 3 mana I got a 6/6 card. So I got a pretty strong card out of it. And I took down his taunts here, and I kind of almost evened it up here. I kind of almost made up for my mistake. I took out one of the taunts. I didn't take out the other one. Almost made up for the mistake. He still has the advantage on me. He's got one minion on me. He's got a card, and I don't. And now he has 2 taunt cards. So now, and this is where he makes his giant mistake. He should be taking out all of my minions, and especially that 6/6 minion. Right now, that should be his sole focus. And for whatever reason, he goes for my face with all 5 of his available minions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right down the line. Right to the face. And that's where his mistake comes in. You have to, in these situations where he basically neither of us have any cards in our hands right now. You need to grab the advantage by the, rhetorical balls and take out my minions, especially that minion who just, who's going to destroy you if you don't take him out, And he just didn't do it. He had a chance to take out a whole bunch of minions and didn't do it. So I decided I would take out his minions. Of course, I'm losing my minions at the same time, but it's almost even now. It's 3-3. Yeah, one of my minions is my 1/1, hero card, but still, it's 3-3 now, and so it's almost completely evened up again. So if I'm him right here, I'm taking out the minions. I have 4 cards. He has, he has 3 cards. I'm going 3 attacks on his minions, and for some reason, again, 1, 2, 3 to the face, which I get a good top card draw coming up here, and finish this guy off. This card right here has silence, so I silence the taunt card, and then I go 1, 2, 3 to his face, and it's game over. Well played, I guess. Anyway, that's my video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. And as always, thank you for watching.